Okay. We were talking. Hey Ben, bye. We were talking about this before. We were talking about goals and challenge. I like to talk more about challenge than goals. Challenge, a challenge. You know, it's more. I have a challenge. You know?
More motivated.
Yeah, more motivated. You know, come on. Goals, challenge help us to focus attention. Without challenge, without goals, you are like a sheep without. Embarrassing. Like a sheep without. Right.
Sorry, mate. Sorry about that.
Goals have to be specific, have to be definite.
Sheep without a wheel.
Fine. Meaningful, achievable, and gradual. All right. So these are the most important characteristics of the goals. Specific behaviors. You know, specific behaviors. No. You have to improve your first touch. You have to improve your shooting or specific behaviors. Okay, specific. Where we were the same I showed you before. Okay, then that behavior has to be defiant. If I already dominate that goal, it's not defiant for me. So. That goal has to be in the learning area, not in my comfort area. You know. So what is very important, the coach has to know the player and planify goals who are in the learning area for him. So meaningful. What it means? What do you mean? If my players are under 8 and I'm talking then about the third man, it's not meaningful for them because we have to talk with under 8 and under 9 more simple concepts. If I'm talking with them about positional game, I'm like, oh coach, give me the ball. You know, yeah. So meaningful. And also tell you achievable. Yeah. Yeah, because it's so far from me, or I get frustrated. So, okay, if I am 8 years old and the coach is asking me, okay, when you have the ball, look at this, second man comes, third man goes, so you have to put the ball in the space. It's not achievable. So, see, you know, in the learning area. And step by step, right? Step 1, step 2, step 3, right, next. Like this, we have to convert each goal in one stir and every achievement, every goal in one on a stir and every achievement in one step. All right. So we want to create, we want to improve the first touch. For example, first touch. This is the goal. Improve the first touch. Okay, but we have to organize this big goal in small behaviors. Okay. If you want to improve your first touch, first of all, scan before receiving. Second, look for your best position. Third, first touch with the farthest leg. 4, go in opposite direction. 5, you know what I mean? So it's step by step. And at the end, he will be a very good first toucher. Okay. Next, if you want to learn a lot, learn less. Learn less, but deeper. I know sometimes as a coach, you see the game. We need to improve defensively. Defensive line is not very well coordinated when we go and do the pressure. Also, we arrive late, discoordinated. When we have the ball from the back, our central backs they don't coordinate very well. My wingers, the position is not good. Many things like what's it?
A jigsaw.
Yeah, like it, many pieces, you know? Start for the most important thing from here. Okay? And then you are putting more pieces. I know, we want to improve everything. And why we want to improve everything? Because every week the society is evaluating me as coach from my team. If my team play bad football, I feel like a bad coach. And that is why we get stressed. as coaches, because we see 1, 2, 3 passes, lose, 1, 2, 3 passes, lose. We have to prove a lot of things. Well, we cannot do it. We cannot do it. So step by step, prioritize what is the most important thing, right? Next. Yeah, prioritize and focus on the most important information. Learning process shouldn't be composed of many islands of information, but a single content which gradually increases in size. What it means? What it means? If I'm talking about one-on-one and dominate the space, 10 minutes later, I cannot talk about with the same player about coordination between first, second man, you know? Gradually. I have to go gradually, you know? First of all, this. Then I can talk about first touch. Then I can talk about running with the ball. Then, you know, managing space. You know, step by step, like a start. And also, because this promotes the associative memory. Because every behavior, every concept has a relationship between the last one and the next. You know, it's connected. But when you give disconnected information, for a young player, it's very, very hard to connect everything. So that is very important. So, this is the 45 theory. It's not important how much information we read. The most important thing is how much they retain. So it doesn't matter. Many things you can hear coaches. Hey guys, I told you before in the chasing room. Many times I teach you in the training. How many times I've been talking with you about it? Doesn't matter. The most important thing is how much they retain, not how much information you give them. So, if they assimilate one information, we have to. We cannot give. If they assimilate one, we can give them two. If they don't assimilate two, we cannot give you three. You know? So we have to go step by step. I don't know if I'm explaining well. Sorry. You understand? If they assimilate one, perfect. We go two. If they assimilate two, so at the end it's like
45 to 3 hours.
Yeah.
You have to be around that.
Right, this is right.
With my body.
Yeah. All right. Teach to think, don't think for the child. The child is not a sculptor, it's a sculptor. This is like poesía. Poetry. Yeah, but it's very important. Very, very important. What it means? Don't tell players, you have to do this, 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 you have to do this. Because you are thinking, you are using your brain and putting your ideas and your knowledge and your experience and in his shoulders. But we don't learn because people tell us what we have to do. We learn because we understand and we realize what is important in the game. Because we learn by doing and we learning by making us questions but we were doing about it. You know? So this is the most important thing. And what it means when you are a coach, you have to planify your feedback. You have to talk about, you have to think about how many questions and which kind of questions I'm going to do in my training session. So, time for play and training and for doing, and time for questions and think about what we did in the game. So, 10 minutes playing, don't stop the game because players get frustrated a lot when you, okay guys, this is grammar, stop. Okay, in this situation, time to play is time to play. 10 minutes, 5 minutes, they play and they will make many mistakes, plenty. Doesn't matter. They play 5 minutes, and you are out analyzing, watching, because maybe one of the players make one mistake now and then they do it properly the next time. So it's better if you show them when he did it properly, not when he did it bad. So wait, be patient, go out, watch, analyze, yes, and then when the time of the training of the game finish, you ask them, okay guys, I'm going to give you this question. And they have to think about it. And they're thinking about what's happening in the game. And we have to talk about two concepts here. Feedback and forward. And forward. No, feedback and... No, I think it's forward. Feedback is when you give information after. No? And forward, I think it's forward, but I don't know what is it. And forward is when you ask a question before. For example, Fernando, I'm going to have a look in the position again. How many times you scan before receiving? I will have a look how many times. So you are going to pay, you are thinking, oh, the coach is going to see how many times I'm going to scan before receiving. What are you going to do? Scan before receiving. Why? Because the coach is watching how many times. So we have to make a difference between feedback and I think it's forward. Alright, next. Yeah, pressure and pain theory. Information doesn't become behavior. That is what I told you before. The psychology in our academy always tell us, coaches, your information doesn't become behavior. Doesn't matter. You can tell players whatever you want. Behavior is a habit. And a habit needs experience, time, feedback. Experience, time, feedback is time. So if you tell them something, doesn't become behavior. Alright? So that's the most important thing. At the end, they learn by doing. It's the most important thing. But what it means? We learn something when makes me feel pain or makes me feel pressure. When I'm doing something and I am successful, makes me feel pressure. So I repeat it in the game as a habit. When I do something and make me feel pain, I don't do it more. It's when you put your hands in fire. You don't put it again. Because it makes you feel pain. So in the game, it's the same. What's happened? When a player has many habits, and he has bad habits, but he feels pressure when doing what he do, when you are teaching him something new at the beginning, he doesn't dominate what you are teaching him. So at the beginning, you are producing him pain. Because he is not skillful, he doesn't dominate. We have to take care about it, so we have to try to manage this kind of things. Because the learning process is focused in these two things, the pressure and the pain. So we have to try give them a context where the player is successful most of the time. Not always, but most of the time. If most of the time the player is not successful in the game, the learning don't go properly. You know? Yeah. Right, next. Is that one? So, okay, this is all. This is our main principles, alright? I'm talking about this all the time with coaches. All the time. And it's very easy to understand. It's very difficult to create a philosophy as coach doing this kind of things. You know? Because at the end, I remember, when I started to train 16 years ago, I reproduced what coaches did with me. And I was studying new things, but at the beginning, habits takes me, you know? Habits take the power of my habit and my coaching. And I say, incredible. So you have to go away, you have to be, ¿te acuerdas lo que te dije?
Autocritic.
How do you say in English?
Self-critic.
Yeah.
To critique yourself.
Yeah, and you have to analyze every training, your communication skills, what do you communicate, how you communicate, and when. What kind of questions, what kind of information, yeah? is very, very important. So when you planify your training session, it's not just, okay, 5v5, push your jokers, now 10 minutes here, again, now rondos, now 1-1, now also Tony, think again, 2, now. That is just a part, it's structural. The most important thing is, okay, goals. Every player has a goal, perfect. Or maybe the 3, 4, 5 players have the same goal. Okay, and now I have to clarify, okay, if they are doing the things badly, how I'm going to react? How I manage the mistake? How I manage the mistake? I get frustrated, I go and I tell him, hey, come on, what happened? Why I manage this kind of thing? This is what I have to manage. He's an actor, and I always tell him, coach, an actor is very, very similar. I have to train my decision making as coach. Maybe I'm in a game, and the game is terrible, so I have to think about it before, because I have to think, okay, if the game is terrible, if we are making many mistakes, okay, what I'm going to tell them, and how, and when. And breathing deeper, relax, and help them, because you are getting frustrated, but players also are getting frustrated. So your goal as coaches is help them, it's not kill them. What's happened? Many times coaches think, wow, they are doing the things bad because they don't take care about I'm telling them. So it's like fighting. No, they don't want to do the things badly. Sometimes that happens, correct? So I think this is one of the most important trends. Would you like to add something new to this question? So, okay, this is all I have to tell you today.
On behalf of everyone here, thank you for coming along and sharing your information and knowledge. Hopefully you all got something out of that and enjoyed it. Again, if you've got any questions that you don't feel comfortable asking now, just shoot us an email and we will post up some responses down the track. Probably not straight away, but you've got to get home first. So, back. I'd like to thank St Peters as well in the football group for hosting us here as well. It's a great venue for this, so thank you to them as well. And hopefully we can get back out there again soon to see them again. Thank you. Enjoy your afternoon. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much.
Depende del día.